Yo, another day. Look, check it out, guys. I'm the last guy you'd accuse of being a country music fan, but I gotta admit, I do like me some Toby Keith. I like him. I think he's a great musician. I like his style. I like his flair. I like the way he can go into different genres of music. I really like him. But there's a song that comes to mind from Toby Keith. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. And as I get older, I kind of take that into perspective as meaning a lot more than it did to me when I first heard it when I was in my early 20s. Now, here's the deal. Last night, you guys saw the vlog yesterday, throwing up some massive deadlifts, you know, rocking out 635 on deadlifts after doing a full-on Beyond Failure back training session. Now, back when I was a kid, sure, I wasn't doing as much weight, but I used to be able to put 3-4 plates on the bar, rock out a good 5 or 6 sets, come back the next day and squat heavy. That ain't happening. Recovery takes a long time. And as you get older, I think, you know, believe it or not, one of the CrossFit instructors, he was going over how you want to make gains over time like this, right? Like progression. But he also said that, look, I'm 34, the dude was 34 years old, and I'm just trying to maintain this. You know, and sooner or later, you're going to start slowly doing this. But the bottom line is you want to slow that down so you don't have such a drastic decline in performance. So my whole thing is I really, truly, in my heart, feel you could put me out on a football field and I'll be able to play just as good as I did when I was a Division I prospect back in the day. All right, I think I'd be able to bang. I think I'd be able to bang. Hey, you put me in the weight room, I'll be able to go through a hard workout. Whether you're 19 years old to 30 years old, whatever, I will be able to hang with you and put some hurt on you and make you sore the next day. You know, I think that if I was to go out and if I was to have a couple months of practice and play baseball, I'd be able to play just as good, obviously, as when I was 13 years old starting on my high school baseball team. You know, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Kind of, for me, it kind of goes through the whole aging process. Now, as we age, shit tends to go downhill. I don't care if you're on TRT, HRT. I don't care if you're on anti-aging therapy. I don't care if you're doing cryotherapy. I do a lot of stuff, right? I'm having an infrared sauna delivered to my house next week. I do hot-cold contrast showers. I foam roll. I deep tissue massage every 1 to 2 weeks. I do as much as I can to slow down that degeneration process that comes with age because I'm in an industry where my differentiation is being a company that actually lives the lifestyle. To live the lifestyle, you know, I ain't training with 40-year-olds usually. You know, like I did that event last night with MTS Nutrition, much love, in Joliet. They have 4 locations spread throughout the northwest suburbs of Illinois, of Chicago. And dude, I mean, the guys who show up to my events are normally in their 19 to maybe 28 years old. So they're in the prime, man. They're ready to rock. So if I go there and I just train like an old guy and take breaks and this and that, I'm really not impressing anybody. And as a professional bodybuilder, I feel I should set a certain standard of training. So as you get older, I think what you need to realize, look, you know, it's never too late to start. I have people all the time, hey, I'm 30 years old. It's too late to start. It's never too late to start. And if you're starting at a newbie level, you're going to absolutely progress. But when you've been training for 21 years like me, you kind of have that flat line and you're just trying to gradually make gains. But I know wholeheartedly that once I have 40, 45, 50, you know, it's going to start gradually declining. Whereas you look at my peers, go around my neighborhood, man, the soccer dads, this and that. You know, at the end of the day, dude, they don't enjoy life. They can't do what I do. They can't train like I train. They have beer bellies. Their decline was like, okay, they hit their heyday 18, 19, 20, 21. And they just drop off the face of the earth. They get married. They give up on life. They start drinking beer every weekend, and they just don't get it done. But what I'm doing is I'm essentially extending my longevity wherever I can. So a lot of you guys are going to be in your 18, 22-year-old range, you know. A lot of you guys who watch this are going to be females, older, you know. You're going to be getting older. You're male, female. A lot of females watching this vlog because, you know, it's a very... you know, gender neutral kind of thing. We're all trying to improve everybody together. But, you know, like Katie, she's trying to, after having 3 kids, all y'all women can relate to this. Like, after you have 1 kid, stuff's hard. 2 kids, it's a little bit hard. After 3 kids, your body just rebels. So Katie's actually probably in better shape now than she was in her late 20s. You know, so I think that everything's kind of working out. So with that said, let's rock on with the day. And remember, you don't have to be as good as you were. You don't have to have as much energy or be able to perform like you did when you were younger, in your prime or whatever. And if you're getting older, just realize the goal is to stay young as long as possible. You know, here's the thing. A lot of hip-hop songs and everything, it glorifies players and Mac Daddies and all this shit. You know what? There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with loving your wife. There's nothing wrong with a man loving his wife and saying it. There's nothing, that's as masculine as you could be. Taking care of your castle, taking care of your house. Especially when she cooks. So what are we making here?
So apparently I make some good bison burgers, so I figured I'd show
Ask Birdman.
I figured I'd show you guys how I do it. So,
here's what you got to do. Go to email birdman@tigerfitness.com.
And ask him.
Yeah, and he will tell you about these burgers.
Okay, so this is my secret bison burger recipe. So I use ground bison. We buy this at Costco.
Heads up on bison. By law, they have to be grass-fed every month, but their last month of their life.
So it's 90% lean, 10% fat. So this together, I do 2 packets at once because we eat a lot. So this is 1.25 pounds each. So 2.5 pounds of ground bison.
And while you cut, I'll talk. So check it out. So bison, being that it's grass-fed, it's going to have a higher CLA content and different fatty acid breakdown as normal store-bought beef. Speaking of which, we're buying a cow.
Yeah, I need to call the farmer. Grass-fed beef, but we've got to find someone to split it with.
We ain't got a freezer that big.
So I dump that in there. So for each 1.25 pounds, I use 1 egg.
So the egg is, those are omega-3 eggs. So those are going to add some omega-3s to your diet. So, I mean, we're just going over some nutrients in here. And you also got the folate and all that good stuff that comes with whole eggs.
So I mix the eggs.
What kind of mixer is that?
This is from Pampered Chef. It's
a meat.
It's awesome. Instead of, I don't like using my hands to mix hamburger meat, which a lot of people do, but I do this because it kind of breaks it apart just to get the eggs mixed in there a little bit, break it apart a little bit. Okay, here, I'm gonna try to give you guys estimates. I think let me see if this looks about right. It might be too much. This is 1/2 cup, so for 2.5 pounds, a little under 1/2 cup.
So that's adding insignificant carbs.
So this is just Italian breadcrumbs. If you wanted to grind up oatmeal and make oat flour, that would do the same thing. Then I use Wild Tree Rancher's Steak Rub. And so if I had to guess, I would say I use a couple tablespoons of this crap. Let's see if I can give you one. I'm gonna say 3 tablespoons to the 2.5 pounds. Maybe a hair under. Then I use this. This is called Absolutely Onion Blend. You could probably just use
minced onions?
the minced onions. Yeah. I'm going to say 2 tablespoons of that. And then I use Lori seasoning salt. I'm thinking a tablespoon would be about right. Let me take that off. I do a tablespoon mixed into the meat. And then a lot of times when I'm done with the patties, I just sprinkle a little bit more on top.
Seasoning salt's good.
So I'm gonna mix this up and then I'll show you the patties. I get this completely mixed in. It's gonna take a few minutes.
All right.
Come on back in a minute. I also add, this is Trader Joe's Bold and Smoky Kansas City barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce. You can add any barbecue sauce.
Any barbecue sauce, but this is delicious. We also have one that's got
and it doesn't have high fructose corn syrup.
Let's say, I would say at least 1/4 cup.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah, I kind of judged. I'd say 1/4 to 1/2 cup, and then mix that in. And then I'll turn them into patties. When I make the patties, I actually weigh them out on a plate and try to do 5.5 ounce patties, give or take a little bit, so that I don't end up with like one ounce patty left over. Actually, I think maybe a little bit more barbecue sauce. So let's say 1/2 cup of barbecue sauce.
All right, you got that? 1/2 cup barbecue sauce.
All right.
Oh, and if you're looking for the ingredients in the description below, it's not going to be there. So write this shit down. Okay, here we go.
All right, so I'm going to make them.
So how big is they going to be?
I'm going to do 5.5 ounce.
5.5 ounce. That cooks down to about probably 3.5 to 4.
So I give or take like a little bit, I've done this so many times. I know that if I do them in 5.5
Smack
ounces,
it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no!
There'll be like 1 or 2 that's like 6 ounces because
you got to fill it up at the
end.
end.
I didn't weigh it and then divide it and figure out how many patties I'm making.
All right, so there's Katie's burgers now. I'll show you how to grill them later.
Burger patties. It made 9 of them. What I do is I put them on a tray and I cover it with foil and I always refrigerate them for probably at least an hour before we cook them. I refrigerate them. Today it's gonna be a couple hours since we're headed to a soccer game. And then I take them out probably about 20 minutes before we put them on the grill them, and they will be delicious.
Yeah.
Oh, because I joined the backwards.
Wait, Thomas, come here.
The backwards club.
Whoa! Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your own little home gym, Cammy. You got to get up to 50-pound dumbbells.
What do you think, baby girl?
Cammy, you know better than doing open chain movements. That ain't CrossFit.
I know.
All right, so we have a deadlift bar, so we don't have to mess with that. This. You got everything you need here to make all the gains in the world.
And not the funky weights.
No funky weights. You got real weights going on here. Yeah, Cammy, if you were to max out all the weights, that's 500 pounds. I expect you to be deadlifting 500 pounds.
By the end of this
All right, here's the final phase. Basically, heat that bitch up. Because when you open the lid, it cools down. So it's at 700 right now. Ready to rock. Got natural gas going on. Here's the burgers. So we're gonna put these on. Generally speaking, I leave the heat high. Close the lid. And I put them on 4 minutes per side. And that will make you a perfect burger right there. 4 minutes per side, high heat, stir in the flavor. You're good to go. So there it is. 4 minutes one side, 4 minutes the other. You got yourself the perfect bison burger. This is a spread right here. We got them hamburgers, pretzel buns. Here's Katie's plate.
I'm hungry.
Check this out. Baked sweet potatoes, cinnamon on top. These are all organics. You can eat the skin. They're so good. We actually made some earlier. We prefer to make it in small batches in the toaster oven.
We literally got home from a soccer game and whipped up all this.
Look at that pretzel bun.
45 minutes.
Pretzel
He
bun.
demolishes. He just keeps on doing that.
Oh, so good.
Hey!
That's not good. This is what the man in the house eats. A burger and a little bit what Thomas didn't eat. Two of them, they're sourdough sweet potatoes. They're amazing, huh?
I haven't tried them yet.
They're dessert. And then, of course, broccoli with portobello mushrooms cooked in coconut oil. Tell me how that sweet potato is. Let's see some food porn. Tell me how that sweet potato is.
I'm done when I'm eating this.
So good, huh?
Good, it's just hot.
Oh yeah, there you go. So I'm looking at my email this morning. I get a mass email from one of the other sites that sell supplements that you're just a number to, right? They were bragging that one supplement line was free shipping. Bro, if you order over $99 in product in the continental US any day of the week, free shipping anywhere in the US, at continental USA. Free shipping on orders over $99 at tigerfitness.com. Why even look at the other guys? And also, we ship from Vegas and Ohio. Most places in the US are a 1 to 2 day ship, and that's not a game.